Hey friends, how's it going? I'm so glad you're with me today. We're going to be doing a little chat about a lightweight, I want to say tinted moisturizers. That's the first word that comes to mind, but that's not exactly what everything is. Let's call it like lightweight coverage products. I have a top 5. No two are exactly alike, but this week, at least where I live, we actually have school starting by the end of this week. And to be honest, I'm kind of emotional about it. Like I got up this morning, I'm shooting this on Monday morning, and I just had this heavy feeling like summer is ending. And even like the weather this past weekend, we went from complete and total heat to now where it's kind of cooled down a little bit, and I just feel like the vibe is changing. And we just had a really good summer here. It's been very low key. We haven't had huge trips and getaways, but we've just had so much fun where we are, and I've enjoyed it so much. And I'm just feeling that little bit of sadness that it's about over. But at the same time, in the makeup context, I'm thinking about what people might need to be hearing about right now, and maybe your routine will soon be changing a little bit. If you've got kids heading to school, maybe time will become a bit crunched again in the morning. And I do feel like these lightweight tinted types of products can be very, very easy on the blending process. They're things that could possibly even be blended in with your fingers, you know, if you're really in a pinch. It's easy to get them looking good, and then you can layer up on top of them however you please. So I'll share those products. One of them I'm wearing today, so there'll be a little cutaway to the application on one of them, and then I'll share the makeup I'm wearing all over my face today because I do love the way the look turned out today. But yeah, we're talking top 5. The first one I'm going to mention is definitely not a tinted moisturizer. It's more like a glowy primer type of step. It does look good paired with other foundations, other products on top, but really this summer I've been getting so much use out of this product, this Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters 003 Light. It says primer, highlighter, plus glow booster. I use it all the time and just use this as my base product. One of my earliest videos on this, I kind of suggested, like, is this a foundation replacement? I really enjoy the level of glow paired with the level of very, very light coverage in this. It looks so radiant on my skin, and it really has emerged as a favorite, even though there are lots of different products like this out there. You've got a big like doe foot applicator, jumbo buck foot applicator here. It's that little bit of skin tone mixed with the glow, and I swipe it all over my skin. It's super easy to do. Blends in with hardly any effort. I would say use a brush, any kind of dense brush. This one's from Profusion, for example, is probably one I'd pick up, or maybe an E.L.F. Complexion Duo brush. Just buff it in, and you've got this light coverage, also some glow, and then continue on and conceal the problem areas. And you'll find that even a full coverage concealer kind of blends in with this, works in with this, and the whole look comes together so seamlessly, really. You can top with a little bit of powder, and that can knock down the glow just slightly. We've got some visitors. Oh, they're talking to Bisky. Hi, hon. How are you? How are you doing? Oh. She had a late practice last night. Did you know this is also vegan? This is cruelty-free. Rimmel has been knocking out some great products lately, and this is definitely one of my top ones, but not a traditional like tinted moisturizer, but my other things are more tinted moisturizer-ish. Let's talk about another complete home run, and has been for years. There have been so many products like this coming out, and this one remains on top. This is like my top dog. It's got one little drawback that I'll mention, but Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. Tinted moisturizer, lightweight, gives beautiful light to medium coverage, oil-free, hyaluronic acid, squalane. It does not contain any SPF. My other 3 do. So just know that if you're putting this on, you're going to need to apply your own SPF as part of your skincare underneath. I do that every day anyway. Even if these products contain it, I'm getting more out of my actual SPF step. That's the end part of my skincare. But I love this stuff so much. It always looks pretty on the skin. When you're done blending it in, it makes you think more so lightweight foundation even than just tinted moisturizer, because it's offering so much, I feel like, in the coverage department, but it still has kind of a glow to it. It's offering extra moisture. And any of these that I'm not applying in this video, I'm going to link below to a recent application where you can watch them being put on. This is an all-out favorite for sure. If you've been watching my videos for a little while and you're wondering like, what's an Emily recommendation I should go for? I would highly, highly recommend this. And the price is just so good. You know, we're talking around the $5 mark. Really, really great product there. Another one that's made it into my top 5, and this product has been a little bit controversial because it's from E.L.F, but it's like 18 bucks. On the other hand, it's got some really special qualities, so I think it has earned its worth. This is the E.L.F Halo Glow Skin Tint, and it has the SPF 50 in it. It's a mineral sunscreen. Comes in a wide variety of shades. I have 6, light, cool. Benefits of this would be that light to medium coverage. You're putting it on and you're not just thinking, oh, where did it go? Did this product that's light and tinted just kind of disappear into my skin fully and then leave a little moisture? No, I would say light to medium coverage. It does have decent staying power for me, as does the Wet n Wild. It gives a good amount of added hydration. Something I noticed when I initially put this stuff on in a recent video is I think they talked about one of the claims was that it was buildable. I feel like once I start building it, I don't necessarily see all that much more coverage, but you do feel more moisture out of it. So just know that going in. I feel like this could be very dry skin friendly. Whereas this feels just a little more, like I said, lightweight foundation-y, makeup-y. This really adds the moisture. It's got that mineral SPF 50. As I've used this more and more, it's got a lot of things going for it. High-end drugstore, whatever mental perspective you want to come at it from, it's a good product. I would recommend it if it's checking those boxes, if you're wanting the sunscreen in a product like this, if you're wanting it to have a light to medium level of coverage that really can overall even out your skin tone, I think you'll enjoy it. So that's another favorite for me. Next recommendation is probably the lightest coverage outside of this, which is, extremely light coverage. The coverage on this I think could only be described as light, but it is giving you something. It's evening out as a whole. It's Tower 28's Sunny Days, which has the SPF 30 in it. This is your little sensitive skin friend here, okay? It really does a good job of giving you moisture. I've used this anytime I've had an eczema flare-up on my face. It never makes matters worse. It's something you can put on and just feel very safe putting it on. My shade is 15 Melrose here, and it's one of those products where, yes, it might be light coverage all over, but you can customize your look in any way you want on top of something like this. This could be the base, and then you could throw on any concealer you like, and then maybe Laura Geller Bake Balance and Brighten, or Maybelline Superstay Hybrid Powder Foundation. You can create your own cocktail of products that get you to a coverage level you like, but this is ultimately that very skin-friendly product underneath that's giving more moisture. As far as the hydration level, well, it kind of depends on how much you're putting on, right? The more you put on, the more hydration you're going to feel like you have. But with a standard amount that would give the appearance of one full pump, let's say, it's kind of on the top tier of the amount of moisture you're going to receive from the top 5 that I'm mentioning here. Tower 28 really has a lot of good products. They've got a nice concealer. They've got a great little pressed pinky tone powder right now as well. They're doing a lot of things right. And if your skin is sensitive or you just have those occasional sensitive skin moments, I think you'll enjoy this one a lot. But again, light coverage. Last one I want to mention might be the pick for people who are a little more on the oily side. This is a very unique texture. And as I was looking through everything I have, and I have a lot of products in this tinted moisturizer, lightweight coverage conversation, but this Tarte BB Blur tinted moisturizer is a really cool product. I have it in light medium. It does have SPF 30 sunscreen in it, and this stuff goes on absolutely smooth as silk. It has such an unusual texture to where it's gliding across the skin. There's a total slip to it, and you feel it between your fingers as you touch it. But even with a brush, you feel like your brush is walking on air or something as you're blending this into your skin. And it's blurring. It truly does kind of blur the imperfections, blur the look of pores and any kind of textural issues you're having. It ends up looking really, really smooth once you've blended it out. Coverage ends up being somewhere between light and medium. Now, it does add some moisture too, but not a lot. I can get away with using this, and I would even classify my skin as dry right now this time of year, but I've definitely taken steps in my skincare before this product to nourish my skin, hydrate it, give it what it needs. I'm not really relying on this for all the moisture, but it's undeniable how smoothing and pretty this makes your skin look. So if you've got some problem areas and maybe if oiliness is an issue, you might enjoy this a lot. This product has a lot of fans out there. So you've seen the application of this, and I wanted to take you a couple steps further so you could see ultimately what the coverage level looks like once I add on a couple more steps. So today, I used a very full coverage concealer paired with that. I used my Revlon Color Stay Flex Wear. This is in the shade Vanilla. I put it in all my usual zones. I blended it out. I made it, take up some space, and then I also continued blending a little bit over top with the same brush I used for the foundation, the Profusion Buffing brush, okay? I really amped up my coverage this way, but yet but there's no jump off. There's no look like, oh wow, she's got a really thick under eye and no coverage anywhere else. Things can really mesh in with this well, and I feel that way honestly about every product I've recommended. So once you've done that, I'm wanting to set my under eye, and for that today I use the Infallible Blurfection in the pink light shade. Take your pick. This isn't the only loose powder I love, but I hit under eye and T-zone with that just to be able to show you how, yeah, you can start really, really light and you can still get nice coverage where you want it. And ultimately at the end of your look, you can look extremely finished, but yet, you know, I'm still seeing my freckles around on my face. I'm not feeling like my skin has a thick layer of anything on it. And additionally, you could not do all those steps. You know, you could either put on a really lightweight concealer or no concealer. I swear, after I put this on, some days I feel like I could just swipe this on and go. You know, if you're wanting to use one of those products and that's all you can do for the day, go for it. But one message I'm wanting to share here is just because you have a light base, you can still customize your look and get it to a place where you're like, yeah, and I'm really covered on my under eye and I'm happy about it and everything looks like it's harmonious. So yeah, those are my top 5 lightweight coverage products. Again, it's the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. It's the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator, the E.L.F. Halo Glow Skin Tint with the SPF 50, Power 28 Sunny Days SPF 30, and also an SPF 30 in the Tarte BB Blur Tinted Moisturizer. Something for everybody in that. And then I wanted to walk you through also what else I have on my skin. So you saw the Revlon Concealer, the L'Oreal Powder. Then I used my Rimmel Multitasker 3-in-1 Bronzing Stick in Tan, which I'm loving this. Love the texture of this, love the way it blends. If you go back and watch it in the new makeup video I did recently, it's just, there's a richness to it. There's a balmy quality and then it blends in so well and the tone is super pretty. So I put that on and then thought, what if I set it a little bit with some Rimmel Natural Bronzer? So that's in the shade Sun Bronze. Great little pair. For blush today, I felt like I went pretty hard with it and then it ended up just really meshing into the look. It's L'Oreal Infallible in the shade Fearless Coral. I don't hear as many people talking about this shade, but it is gorgeous. Really rich, almost a little reddish was my first thought as it started blending into my skin. But I put that on. I'm wearing Essence the highlighter in the shade Staggering just for a little glow right up in here. For my brows, I use my Morphe Nano Brow Pencil in Java and their Micromanager Gripping Brow Gel. For the eye look, you can tell it's a very natural look today. I primed with Wet n Wild Mega Last Eye Primer and then I used my little Clinique Duo in Strawberry Fudge. This is so nice. This is very, very easy. These are both shimmery shades and this one's not too dark, okay? The Fudge is not extremely dark, but it gives you like a lift and a little contrast there slightly, and I just worked it in with my crease brush. That's all I did. I went outer corner, I kind of started to lift it up a little. I dabbed it with the sponge tip on the outer part of my lid, and then dabbed this kind of like pinky goldeny shifty shade. Very smooth pearly shimmer. I just got that on the inner part of my lid. Lazy liner day, I used Brown Abyss from the L'Oreal Lace Shadow Stick line on the upper lash line, and then for a shade a little softer than that, I used Magnetic Bronze on the lower lash line. And then for my mascara, it's the Lash Extension Lift Mascara from Buxom. I'm really liking this. I got a good curl on my lashes today. When I was testing it, I used the little lash curler they sent in the PR package, and I was like, oh, this didn't work out so well. But when you're using Shiseido, all is well. It's a tubing mascara. I've got it top and bottom. And then for my lips, I went for kind of a corally pop. I'm wearing Dirty Shirley. It's a pearl finish lipstick from the L'Oreal, or Maybelline, no! Revlon Super Lustrous line. I've got that on all over and it gave a little gleam. And then I used my LA Colors lip liner pencil in Natural. Not a ton of this, but it was just close enough to be able to kind of define the Cupid's bow, make things look a little more complete. And then for some gloss on top, it's Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil in Strawberry Melon. This stuff smells really good, by the way. It does not give a bunch of color. Oh, so strong. All of these Milani ones smell really good. But anyway, that is my look. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this content is useful for you. I would love to know if there are any little tutorials or any certain product categories I can talk about that would make your life easier. If you feel like you're entering into kind of a busy season again, let me know what you think. I'm all ears, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon. I love you. Bye.